Oh, howdy all, grab yourselves a beer. It is time for some Path of Exile discussion. Now today I wanted to talk about my Atlas strategy for the Blight League. And I want to talk about this with a couple of things in mind. Firstly, I am playing in trade-enabled softcore, and whereas a lot of Atlas strategies can be quite league agnostic, so you can run them in, you could run them in solo self-found hardcore, you could run them in trade-enabled softcore, just with a few different changes to the way that you play. This is very much specific to softcore and very much specific to trade-enabled. A reason for that, I discuss at length in my video where I talk about the Delve 840 global channel, that there's a large community that's spread up around deep delving and around optimizing sulfite rotations to get the most possible juice for your sulfite, so that when you go and talk to Nico, you've got as much sulfite as you can for as little input as you can manage. So that channel, that community, have come to the conclusion that by far the best tier 16 map is Beach. I outline the exact reasons for that in that video, but basically you can run a beach, you can quickly find all three piles of Nico poo, and also find the boss. The boss is in a very predictable location. You don't need to jiggle around and search the map the way that you would with a lot of other maps. And also it can be very easily navigated by people regardless of the movement skill they're using. Shaw would be the other best candidate in my opinion, but Shaw has a problem that it's very difficult to navigate if you're using Whirling Blades. And when you're playing with groups, even though I'm not using Whirling Blades, I do need to respect that other people are doing so. Next up, I'm factoring in that the challenges that exist in the Blight League. And there's a couple of challenges that influence my Atlas. The main one being, in the endgame grinds, defeat Shaper Guardians or the Shaper. And also defeat Uber Elder as well. So why do these matter? So, you're not going to be able to get 125 Shaper kills or Shaper Guardian kills while you've got these four maps scrubbed off your Atlas. For that reason, at the moment, I'm using I'm basically following 159 of 159 strategy with Elder Beach. However, I will eventually scrub these maps from the Atlas, but not until I have completed the endgame grind challenge for killing 125 Shaper Guardians. I probably won't be doing many Shapers in there, it'll mostly be Guardians. In terms of tier 10 maps that you upgrade to tier 15, it's probably optimal to upgrade none. For the reasons that I discussed in the other video, it is Cove's map and it is Canyon map that are the optimal tier 15 maps, and they're better than any of the tier 10s. However, I don't need to run to use up all of the tier 15 drops that I get in sulfite rotations. Because 20%, a full 20% of my tier 16 drops are Elder Beaches, and you do get a good number of tier 16 drops through running, just through playing the game. I'm finding that I've got plenty of Elder Beaches and plenty of Coves and Canyons, even though I've shaped 3 of my personal preferred tier 10 maps up to tier 15. So 25% of the tier 15 maps that drop for me will be Coves or Canyons, which are suitable for sulfite rotations. 20% of the tier 16s that drop for me will be beaches. The other maps I run by myself, because I'm not just running whilst in delve rotations. When I'm just running maps myself, I'll be rolling them up, running them. And during that period, I'll be running my shaped bogs, my shaped dunes, and my shaped moon temples. All maps that I like, all maps that suit my character's movement skills pretty well. Moon Temple is it's a very good map, but it's very poorly suited to sulfite rotations because it is where Shore is a little bit awkward to navigate with Whirling Blades. Moon Temple is a nightmare to navigate with Whirling Blades. However, for a character like mine that's running Vaal Fireball, it is very much a dream map. You can set off a Vaal Fireball, confident that you will hit monsters you can't see, and that your fireballs will set off an ignite proliferation chain and will have a projectile chain triggered from that monster that you can't see, and will kill something else that you can't see while it's doing so. So Moon Temple is a dream for this build, but a nightmare for many others. You also notice I've got the maximum 5 Cartographer Sextants at the moment. Now, once I have completed all of the Shaper endgame grinds, I will then seal the Guardian maps, I believe. That's going to depend a little bit on market conditions on these maps. If these remain more valuable in Elder Beaches, then I will keep them on the Atlas, and I will just sell them in bulk. So just having a quick look at my current map setup, I tend to be more inclined to run 15s than 16s when I'm just mapping myself. So as you can see, I've got a large amount of oversustain of all 4 Guardian maps. Not quite as many beach maps as I'd like at the moment, but I'll be able to fix that. And here you see I've got shaped dunes in maps that are suitable for rotations, but maybe not people's first choice. And then I've just got a bunch of other tier 15s. I could run these tier 15s, and I probably will tonight after I return from work. And then from doing those, I'll replenish my stocks of canyons and coves, potentially replenish some Elder Beaches as well. And then I'll be able to get myself some XP, get myself some normal loot, and be ready for my next delve rotation. So you can see here, I do need to run. Oh, wrong master. I do need to run a triple. I do need to run a triple rotation for delve as well tonight, and then at that point I'll be able to finish hitting this this city node here. Not the greatest city, but you'll take it. Even a 3-node city is worth doing, very much worth doing. And then I'll be able to keep moving downwards through the mines, just to more and more difficult content that is more and more rewarding. So, in terms of other Shaper Orbs, my attitude for other Shaper Orbs is they really don't matter. The key thing is your tier 5 Shaper Orb, do not use it on beach. Do not use it on beach, because then if you've shaped it, you can't Elder it without removing the shaping first. But other than that, your lower tier Shaper Orbs don't matter. Shore is an excellent choice, and I'm shaping that. Other than that, I don't actually think I've used any of my Shaper Orbs. I could be wrong, there might be 1 or 2 that I've used, but if there are, they really don't matter. So, the key summary to take away from this is Elder Beach map. Once you finish the 125 Shaper Guardian kills, then and only then scour off the Guardians, so that everything that drops from a shaped tier 15 will be an Elder Beach. Everything that drops in the Delve Mines will be an Elder Beach. However, when you are running coves, you will still get Hydras, and when you are running canyons, you will still get Chicken Nugget guys. That's because they're adjacent on the Atlas, and that is one unfortunate drawback to running a natural tier 15. But the vast majority of your tier 16 drops will come from the Delve Mines if you're following this strategy, and so for that reason, you'll have absolutely no trouble replenishing your beaches. You'll just have to sell off your Hydras and your Phoenixes to other players, because there is an insatiable demand for those maps anyway. Also, if you're in a trade league, you can always Horizon them, and I believe at the moment it is Pit of the Chimera that is the rarest of the tier 16s. Not really a surprise, because the only thing it's connected to is Dark Forest, and people don't really like that map very much. If you've got any questions though, definitely fire away below. Otherwise, I'll leave it there, and I hope you have a good one.